PSL. It is Wednesday morning and I barely just woke up. But we are fighting and we have 1 minute to go maybe, and we have Durgot and Orc Armsman versus Gilbert Tinker Gnome Wujin. Gilbert's last fight went pretty well with that jungler, and Durgot has not fought in the arena, so we'll see how it goes. But he has been asking for a lot of advice on forums. Apologize if I sound tired. I literally just woke up. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I hope so. And we're off. And Gilbert gets choked immediately. Tisk tisk, Gilbert. Not spamming. You should know better. Looks like Durgot's going for shield cleave. And apparently he typoed. Unless they changed it, I believe there's no echo for shield cleave working when you're choked. Which, a lot of things in this game, when there's no echo when you're choked, doesn't make any sense to me. The tick is incoming. Gilbert makes a mud monster. I don't know what Durgot was doing. Durgot is blinded. That is bad news. Now Gilbert's just going to disarm his shield and weapons. It's really hard for Armsman. Well, especially if the Armsman is blind. There's no way for Durgot to stay on Gilbert because he has the mud monster. Durgot does hit pretty decently, but the mud monster is just... Now, Gilbert has been gearing. Oh, and there's a weaken. The shield cleave does land. If Gilbert was smart, he would have extra shields, and he does. And there's an E-Drain. And there's another E-Drain. I'm not sure Dur got blessed. I don't think Orc Armsman saved this poorly. But if you can't resist, at the same time, Gilbert is a taker gnome. Durgot is still quaffing escapes, which got nerfed heavily, so here's the Metal Storm. Not sure why Gilbert isn't going for disarms. Durgot's still hitting pretty decently, at least. Looks like he has strength gear on his gear. They are both in yellow. Gilbert dips back in the white because he switched out of the mana gear. Gilbert makes a rock monster. I think he's gonna gear it. Yep, he is. I mean, not the best gear, but better than nothing. Durgot does get the blind off with a really low level cure blind. That's wow. Durgot's killing the rock monster now. The rock bots. And there's another E-Drain. I don't. Gilbert should be aware he's not blind anymore. My question is, does Gilbert have enough mana to kill him? Because their god is carded. And Tinkering Gnomes get stunned a lot, so. Their god getting ranged. Another rescue. And there's a free chain. But he has blue skins, it looks like. But chain damage is chain damage. He needs to reblind their gut. Their god sank falls. Looks like the plague and E-Drains have added up because their god says he's out of movement. So Gilbert's just free chaining. I don't know why that is such a mistake to do strength switching like that. You should always have diamond bracelets in your inventory. Don't rely on aliases. You should manually switch that. I could explain why, but it's a little complicated, I guess. Their guy was LD, but it didn't really matter. I mean, inside the arena, if someone is LD, you don't give. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't let the opponent not do anything. Period. And Gilbert takes it. Well done. And it looks like we have Vexir and Scatalis. Um, yeah, I believe Vexir just fought Eraic in the arena. So it's like a duplicate match. I don't remember where Lyman Scatalis is, but well, they can't be good anyways. So we'll see if any blind stick, and we don't know if Scatalis has cure blinds or not. When he fought Eraic, he wasn't blind that much, so he had free reign to do whatever he want. So Vexir wasn't able to gear an elemental per se. So we'll see how this goes. I'm probably not gonna bet on this match. Vexir is favored, but always bet on Centaurs, so I'll bet on him, and I don't really care if I lose. I have 2 minutes. One minute. Uh, 30 seconds soon, maybe? 30 seconds. It's sort of a lost art how to fight centaurs and assassin, because most people just spam G-Con, but in the ideal scenario, you want to backstab them down to big and nasty and just go for disarming, but because they're really resistant to stun. But we'll see how it works. See if Scatalis saves. Keep up. Scatalis does use a Misty Potion, which is smart. Prevents Holy Flame. Scatalis has decent weapons. Leech Vamp. There's the disarm. Vexir needs to finish this fight before prayer runs out, pretty much. Did he not get his weapon? The key difference I see in this match is this: Katalis chokes Vexir, you can actually hit him. Unlike when I fought him, we're in the same clan, so I can't hit him when he's choked. I'm guessing Vexir is going for spell blinds. Or he's just healing. Vexir needs to get his real weapon. There's the Ray Blind. See if he has escapes or oils. Vexir still is not. Oh, he's blind. Okay. See if Vexir gets his real weapon. He is flash blinded immediately. This has been mentioned multiple times before, but maybe you guys should post on forums or something. But what are you guys' thoughts on outside of arena callouts? Like, should people in the arena only be allowed to fight themselves without outside help? So Talos cancels his blind. That was really, I mean, it was only a Ray blind. Talos gets a bunch of escapes, but they're not fireproofed. Vexir gets his real weapon again. Another choke. He's getting really lucky with those chokes. Vexir going for more rays. There's another ray blind. I was so much in offensive when I fought Vexir that he couldn't do this, but he should not heal himself past big and nasty because that's free backstabs. Looks like Skitalis steals? I don't know if Vexir has hit damn gear or not. More escape quaffine. Now the hoofs are gonna come into effect. And hoof stun is really bad. I'm not sure about gearing this elemental, it's in yellow. Normally I would say use a flaming flail, but because Bakali's are resistant to fire, maybe that's why he's not using it. Now he's just gonna hoof spam. And there's no way for Skitalis to get on him. There's a holy flame that could be a 150 one. We don't know. The blind is cured finally. Vexir is healthily back in white. He's gonna go for Ray Blind again. This house is probably gonna try to rechoke. Yep, there it is. He should try to cure poison if Vexir is a light sleeper, and I don't remember. And he's gonna kill the elemental. The tick isn't coming, that's probably why he fled. Vexir's sync is down. I don't see the point of choking the elemental on red. Should just gone for Vex. I mean, you should just kill the air elemental now and loot the gear. Vexier's up soon. He should. I don't know if he was trying to heal, otherwise he should just spammed Ray when he awoke. Elemental is not long for this world. Yep. I don't know if Vexier have an extra set of Charming Gear or not. Some druids, priests carry multiple sets just in case one dies. But I guess druids have to carry two for the other Charmy, so. Sitalis is healing and is back in the white. Vexier is up. Switching an AC gear. And the hoofs are coming. And that didn't really do much. He's just rape. See, when he has to raid line, then he can't hoof. I would never flash in a 1v1 scenario because you don't know if it's going to land. You should just dirt. Not getting lucky with raid blinds. There's a dirt. You should go for disarm if he's past backstrap range. Which he might be because he's in red. They are both in red now. There's a disarm. He has a sheet though. No, it's for, I mean, Scatalus' damage is still solid. The tick. I mean, see if he gets his weapon. Nope, he went for it, but Scatalus was choking him. Scatalus is back in the yellow. And promptly goes back in the red. There's no Wimpy yet, so they're just hit red. Vexier needs to get his other weapon when he can. You know, priests are very underwhelming in the arena, like straight up. We've said this before, but at least Vexier has damage output. That was before a tick, I believe. There's no point in choking that close to a tick. He's gonna get his weapon. Nope. Might as well just spend mana healing. Vexier should not be in a side room against someone that can stun. You should always fight in the middle as a priest or a druid. But he might have just been running around trying to heal. I'm not sure if I agree with switching out of Moon Amulets to Clay. That's a saves hit. But to be fair, I had Colossus Amulets on the whole time, so maybe that's why I wasn't saving. It's really hard to keep a Centaur stun because they have that stun resistance. Request a sync. Looks like Vexter's not going for his other weapon. He's going for ray blinds. Well, he fled, so maybe he went for it, but it looks like he fled the wrong direction. This house is doing a really good job preventing him from using that staff, though. I guess it doesn't matter as much because he's can't pugil anyways. Finally gets the staff. Does not get the sheath off. He should be cure critting between moves. I don't know if he is or not. I'm sure his prayer is probably down soon, right? I wasn't keeping track when it started. Prayer's 11 ticks. I guess he was stalling the sheath. Going back for ray blinds. Huff also prevents disarm from landing that well as well. Okay, but you can also get lucky. Okay. That was a really lucky disarm. That should never landed. Didn't wield the staff. Why would you get the weapon and not wear the staff? I don't understand. There's a failed choke attempt. I don't know how much mana Vex has left. He should wield the staff and sheath the twisted. And he still didn't sheath it. Come on, man. You know better. And there's a disarm. Catalyst is landing disarm really well. I never land disarm this well. Where's the twisted? Gets the staff. Let's see if he wields it. Does he get the sheath off? Yes. Going back to ray blinds. And there's a Wimpy. Failed choke. See if he spends a ray. No. He's getting hit a lot. Might have been worth to try to go for Spellblind at some point in this match if he didn't try. And there is a Spellblind. And no Wimpy. He should heal up first, but don't heal up past Big and Nasty. Yeah, Earth Elemental is going to die. Vexier's and Wimpy again. That's why I recommended to heal first. Let's see if any of these escapes land. The freeze hitting is just so awful. His main source of damage this whole match has pretty much been Ray, so without him Rain, I don't know. And Scatal is going for the cancel. I'm not sure I agree with canceling. Though if he has no more escapes, he might as well. And he gets the lucky cancel. Scatal is on that RNG luck today. He should have raided when he's unsanked. He should be Rain when he has no Sanctuary. Does he not have a Sanct Potion or mana? Did he go Link? No, he's clearly fleeing. 10 mana Sanct. Well, if he loses the match, we can look at this part where he had no Sanct. He could be out of Sanct Potions. Maybe Vexier. Vexier had to know he had no Sanct. He should just raid for the damage. And it's hard to say if Scatal is protected or not. Looks like they were in his backpack. Now, Vexier was a druid and he was laying hoofs, so a lot of damage would be going out. But because he's a priest, he doesn't have Pugil. Looks like he's just spamming hoof. And it's adding up slowly. Prayer has to be gone by now. And he's not going to get it back, so. Thaco, though. All the misses. Misses are callous wimpies. But he gets to choke it. Now's his time to heal if he has any mana left, though he did waste 75 on that mana Sanct, which is basically like 200 HP. I mean, 180 if you want to be exact. And Vexer takes it. Well done. That's been 2 fights. We don't know how many more fights there are. So like we have Fardock and Spurs. We have not seen Spurs before, and we've seen Fardock a lot. I don't know how boosted a Wildlove Scald is. Farlock is favored 2-1. I am not betting on this match. 1 minute to go. Fifteen seconds. And we're off. Farlock makes an error mental immediately. Spurs is not moved. I think he's at work. There's the roundhouse. Let's see how hard he hits. Wounds. Oh, maybe he's boosted? Farlock might not be protected. Looks like he was not protected. Why is he draining the spirit? Oh, because of the name. Farlock, dude, stop. You E-drain the spirit twice. Once is okay, but doing it again. Just alias it if you can't type 5 letters. I don't know why they let names like this get in the game. I mean, it's in there clearly for the spirit advantage. Was when Spirail made his name. Eventually they took it out and made him change his name, so I don't know why they let such names exist still. Looks like Spurs hits pretty well. Maybe the dex from being a Wallow Skull. I don't know. And Farlock's still hitting spirits. Spears does get ray blinded. Let's see if he just cancels. Holy Flame does land. We've mentioned before that Farlock's damage output is an issue, and he has no access to Hoof. And he's still not typing 5 letters. Yo, man, just A-list his name, because you clearly can't type Spears. Why did he have a chant up? That's like a huge mana drain. And he cancels. He should go to Ray. I guess he doesn't know, though. Guess no one's calling for him. Just damage for damage right now. Let's see if Farluck remembers to switch in the hit damn gear. There's another Ray Blind. Let's see if Spears cancels. Farluck's used a decent amount of mana. He should be switching out. Another air elemental. There's the cancel. Keep in mind, every time he cancels, he also loses a lot of AC because he doesn't have armor, shield, stone skin anymore. He zaps his pink wand so he can't get holy flamed. Apparently Farluck doesn't know how to gear an elemental properly. The Charmy is finally geared. If he blinds him again, he should just order all disarm. Going for Ray Blind. Spirit is dead. Spears is in red now. He can't deal with the damage output from it. I mean, even order all disarming without him blind is still useful because Spears has to spend time getting the weapon. And there's a disarm on Spears. Another disarm. I don't know if he's manually ordering. Probably not because he just raid. It looks like it's a natural. Farluck can literally just raid blind the rest of this match. Air Elemental finally dips in the yellow. Farluck Blizzards. He hits Farluck pretty well. But he also ate like 6 rays fleeing back and forth. Farluck finally dips in the red, but Spears is probably close to Wimpy. Farluck unloading all his mana. He still has not switched in the hit damn gear. I don't know how many times I have to tell you, man. I know you have the hit damn gear. And there's the kill. I believe we have one more fight, maybe? I wouldn't put it past the Ams to put up Sagamore versus Fumero. Looks like we have Sagamore and Fumero. This should be very interesting. I know Sagamore recently retrained back to Druid because he didn't like Ranger. And the original was a Shukenja, so he should sort of know the Druid basics. And Fumero, Troll Barb, not much to say, really. I mean, it's easier to make a serious character Spears when you don't rage the lead every 3 weeks. Just saying. Sagamore is 2 and 4, and Fumero has not lost, if I'm correct. Nope, he's 3 and 0. Sure, I'll bet on the troll. You should always bet on the troll, right? Also, trolls will hit Sagamore harder if he's in if he's in like a Tranoth because he has less AC available. So it's gonna hurt. There's 2 ways I see Sagamore winning this match. One, if he lands a shit ton of blinds and E-drains. That's how you beat a troll. In case people don't know, you try to E-drain them so they can't re-war cry later. 2 is land the blind and order all disarming and spamming. So we'll see. If Sagamore was smart, his Charmy Gear should have... The weapon should have flaming on it so he can skill blind. But he hasn't played that character in the arena in a while, so we'll see if he has it. Thirty seconds. Sagamore goes for cost fat. There's the dirt. See if he goes for shield kick. Yeah, he is. I don't know if he has a pitted shield on. He should look. He needs to keep Sagamore dirty on ticks, and he is. I think so. There is a shield kick. Time to bash. Another field bash. He should not put himself in bash lag right before a tick. He has a pitted shield on. Let's see if he notices. He's switching out mana gear. Bashing is hurting a lot. Sagamore needs to land a spellblind. Or he will be not long for this world. At least Centaur Druids defend really well. But Sagamore is still very healthy though. But because he switched out all of his mana gear pretty much already, you know he's already hurting on mana. And you need mana to make the Charmies. That's 200 at least. Fumero pretty on point with those dirts. You need to keep Druids blind. There's a Warcry, that's more HP. I believe he's using Murder, so he has a chance to land Disarm, and there it is. Because you can't disarm outside of being in combat. It is now time to go nuts. There's another Disarm. Tick is incoming. The dirt misses. The problem, you cannot sheath the staff on a druid, so has to use a dagger. There's the dirt. Sagamore is back in white, but he's using a lot of mana healing. Dips in the yellow. I mean, if he hits him enough, Leech would actually add up to the point where you can't re-Warcry, but that's a long ways away. You also have to have enough damage output to kill the troll. There is a Spellblind. He does have oil, so he's not cleansing. And Air Elemental is up. But Sagamore is blind, so he can't carry it. He's going to make the bear now. There's the bear. Oil is cured. He needs to keep Sag blind. Or you can just keep him in combat. Let's see if Sagamore tames. There's no point gearing the Elemental now. It's about dead. He's gearing it anyways. Oh, he's going to kill the Air Elemental. And he dirt sag. That's good. I mean, you can still order it, but I would just kill the bear now. The bear is geared. What weapon is he using? A flaming claw? Okay, I mean, that's a flaming flag. But the bear dies immediately. That is bad news, bears. No pun intended. He did not loot the air elemental gear. And this is bad because you know Sagamore is already hurting from the mana he had to spend earlier, and now he just spent 200 on Charmies that were killed instantly. And this doesn't even address the underlying problem that once Pamera gets the power swing range, it'll get even worse. If he gets the power swing range. And there's the power swing range we're talking about. Maybe Hoof will help mitigate it. Oh, here the damage is going to start adding up now. Hoof does mitigate power swing if you're stunned. Actually, stun affects power swing like more than the normal compared to other skills. See how much is missing because of Hoof? But Pamera should be well ahead. Yeah, he needs to wait out the Hoof's stun. Sagamore should never not be in the middle room against power swing. Power swing. Nope. The Hoof missed. He should power swing. I mean, you could dirt, but I would just spam power swing. I don't think he necessarily has the mana to spend on more Charmy gear. I see what he's doing though. If he blinds Sagamore, then Sagamore can't chase with Hoof. Sagamore's in red. Ugh, the ugly damage. There's the dirt. Go with chase of power swing. And Warcry fell. I don't know how much he's leached by now. I don't know if Fumero is healthy. I don't think Sagamore is long for this world. Yes, I use that phrase a lot today. I don't know why. Don't even dirt, just power swing until you're stunned. Glass of Nectar. There's no reason to switch to dirt unless you're getting stunned by Hoof. Looks like the hilt thrust timer is back. That's good, stun. There's just not enough damage output to deal with the troll without Charmies. There's a dirt. That's a free power swing. Nope. No? Okay. Pick is incoming. Let's see if he switches. Nope, sticking the power swing. There's the dirt. Hoof misses. That one lands because there's like no lag on hoof. There's the Wimpy. That's bad news because Fumero is still healthily in yellow. You cannot Wimpy ride power swing. It's just free damage and the stun effect. Oh, and the sharp rocks. There's another Wimpy. I wouldn't even dirt at this point because he's already a Wimpy. Just power swing. What is that? A hoof actually missed? What is this? Fumero finally dips in the red. This happened against Wog, but the ultimate hate would be like getting the match close and then second win procking. And that's it. Rocked by Fumero. Well, I believe that's it. Thank you guys for listening. There's going to be AGL on Friday, I hear, maybe, but I will not be here. So if someone else wants to cast, feel free. Thank you guys for listening. I will upload as soon as possible. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.